Here it comes. Here it comes. Check, check. Oh, yeah. No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in knowing that whether you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come, let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to abused, this door is open to you. So come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you're not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of a divine point of view, this door is open. Oh yeah, to you. This door is open to you. This door right here. This door is open to you. Oh, this door. This door is open. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. So come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes a God in you. The God in you. And whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Aloha and welcome to Unity Church of Hawaii. We are the Danettes today.
Oh yeah, let's hear it for the Danettes.
Yes, Danny and the Danettes. And we welcome you to rise and stand as we make love our decision.
1, 2, 3. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give up my heart. Love is my decision.
Yes, indeed. Love is my decision. It is your decision. And when it becomes our decision, then we can create peace on earth. Sounds like a plan to me. Hey, Kobomai, welcome to Unity Church of Hawaii. We're sending in God. We elevate global consciousness through the realization of oneness. And if you were wondering about unity, well, unity, let me tell you, unity is an all-inclusive, spiritual, educational, healing movement of practical Christianity. Our founders, Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, both had extraordinary healing experiences through the power of prayer. And they also discovered truth and then went and lived that truth. Now, they never said that what they discovered was anything new or was what they discovered the only way. What they did, and what they continue to do to this day, is to invite us and inspire us to discover truth and then live that truth as we know it to be. And it is in living truth that we bring heaven to earth and we live the abundant life. And one of the ways us Unitics like to gain a greater understanding of truth is through the use of affirmations, which are statements of truth. So I think we should take one out for a test drive today. Okay, here we go. If you would be so kind as to repeat after me with zelocity. I am divine. Love is my pure essence of being. I am love in expression. All that, take a breath, breathe that into your body. Wow, love is in the room. And now all of you expressions of love, I'm going to invite you now to stand and express that love that is you to the love that is those all around you. Greet one another in love, please.
Thank you, Dan and band, and welcome to Unity Church of Hawaii. I'm Reverend Tim Lytle, Senior Minister here at Unity Church of Hawaii, and it's such an honor to have all of you here with us. And wherever you are from, whatever place in life that you represent, we honor you and celebrate you as the presence of God. If this is your first time here or first time since I became the senior minister here, we have some gifts for you. We have a kukui nut lei. The kukui nut represents the light because the oil from the kukui nut is used for oil lamps to create light. And you are the light of the world. And there's a packet of information that has a free breakfast pass in it. And if you go down these steps and go right through there, you can get a breakfast. So you will have a free breakfast pass. So if this is your first time or first time since I became the minister here, I invite you to stand so that we can recognize you and bring you these gifts. We have a whole bunch right here and back here. So Jeff, maybe you could help us over here. Yeah. And thank you, Cindy. All right. It is so good to have all of you here. Yes. We're all on one side of the boat here, so the boat's kind of tilting. It's so good to have all of you. And let's see, we need to get to these wonderful individuals right here. $5. You got it. Okay. Right. Okay. Such an honor to have you all here. And so we are going to give you a blessing. Yeah. Let's get the energy going and flowing. All right. Repeat after me. We bless you. We recognize who you really are. You're not fooling anybody. You're the love and light of God. Here on this planet to do amazing things. And we are here to support you, to love you, to celebrate you. Welcome to Unity. Let's give them some love. Thank you. Woo! Did I just go out? Nope, I'm still on. Sorry for that, folks. My wife told me that 9 o'clock service, she's like, why is it that you're less animated in the 9 o'clock than the 11 o'clock? And so now we just got all that energy going, and you're going to hear it. Okay. So we also have wonderful love streamers who are watching us. They're watching us from all over the world. South America, Australia, New Zealand. They're watching us in Europe. They're watching us all over the United States, Japan. Let's give a shaka to all our wonderful love streamers. We love you. We bless you. And we know that right where you are, God is. All of God is fully and completely present right where you are. So that means there's no distance between you and us because God is fully and completely present here as well. So that means we are one ohana, one family. And we lift you up knowing the highest and best in your life, knowing that nothing can defeat you, that you are here to express the presence of God. And we bless you and love you. Let's give them some love. Thank you. Well, we have some wonderful people who are helping us this morning. Oh, by the way, you all, sometimes when there's a marathon, people don't come to the church. So you all missed Blues Sunday. We had some amazing blues music. You missed it. Sorry. But anyway, stay tuned. Maybe we'll have another one sometime, yeah? Okay. And helping us on the platform today is the awesome Reverend Levitt. Yeah. And giving the daily word and meditation this morning is licensed Unity teacher June Dillinger. And you can get your copy of the daily word right down here in what is called Connection Central. What is Connection Central, you ask? Connection Central, if you go right down these steps and go through those doors right there, boom, you're in Connection Central. And so you can get your daily word there as well as some other good stuff. Okay, Reverend Levitt, what's the news?
All the news that's fit to print or speak in some form of English. By the way, I do speak perfect English. You all hear funny. Where I come from is where everybody showed up first. So that means all of you are wannabes. Everybody have a bulletin. There's boys and girls. Okay, now wait a minute. I'm looking for some congregation participation. Everybody have a bulletin? Outstanding performance. This is your roadmap to all things Unity Church of Hawaii. So here we go. Fasten your seatbelts. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Today at 1 p.m. right here in the chapel is a town hall meeting. That's right, right here in the chapel at 1 p.m. is a town hall meeting. Come and hear what's all going on, the business of the church from your board of trustees. So you can come and hear them. Then you can come and be heard as well. So please come 1 p.m. right here in the chapel. It will be live streamed for folks that are far away. The giving tree is still in effect until December 20th. Please pick up one of the ornaments. We are supporting 3 extraordinary groups: Gregory House, Adopt a Family, and Ho'opono. So please support our friends. And by the way, speaking of Gregory House, they came by on Saturday to do the yard work. There was a whole bevy of them, quite a few. Yes, indeed. So they are not only are they receiving support, but they are supporting us as well. So please, not to just pick all of theirs, but Ho'opono and also Adopt a Family as well. Please do that. Support our friends. It is the season of giving and receiving. Speaking of that, on Christmas Eve, the 24th, at 6 p.m. right here in the chapel, we'll have our candlelight service. It'll be awesome. Come light a candle at 6 p.m. here in the chapel. It will be an evening filled with peace, love, hope, and joy. Membership renewal. All who are members of this church must renew their membership by December 31st. That was a bylaws change. So please renew your membership by December 31st. You can, you got a form in the mail. Please return that form or go online to renew your membership so you can have your voting responsibilities and take an even deeper ownership in your beloved church home. And speaking of taking a deeper ownership in your beloved church home, new membership classes are happening in January in 2019. Wow. 2019. Yeah. Okay then. These membership classes are a requirement to become a voting member, and it will show you a greater understanding of Unity, this particular Unity community, and you'll be able to step into a greater ownership of your community. They are on the 3 Sundays from 1 to 3 p.m. here in the chapel, January 6th, January 13th, and January 20th. And last but not least, we are looking for some folks who would like to serve on the election committee. The election committee oversees the election of the annual meeting. If that excites you in any way, please see Richard Hughes or go online and let them know that, wave your hand, Richard. Everybody look back, there's Richard. He serves on your board of trustees, so let him know. The election committee oversees the annual meeting election. If that excites you, please see Richard or go online and say, I'd like to do that. If you'd like. Email, that's it. Thank you. She's growing old with me, and she still likes me. Oh, it's awesome. All right, then. Let's, if you will, take a breath. Let's prepare for a time of prayer.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face. You are the face of love. I hold you in. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face.
are the face of God.
You are the face of God. You are the presence of God expressing. This world has many things going on in it. People who are hurting all over the world. We lift up those in California affected by fires, those all over our country and our world that are affected by natural disasters or man-made disasters. We know with each one the presence, the peace that is God. I invite you to take a deep breath, relax your gaze, or if you wish, close your eyes. And as we take a deep breath, we drop into our heart space. We drop into that space that Jesus described as the kingdom of heaven that is within. And here in this sacred space, we know peace. We know the presence of God. We know that there is truly only one power and one presence, active as our lives and as the universe, God the good, omnipotence. We rest in this presence knowing where we are, God is. So as we take a deep breath again, we drop for a moment into the silence as we lift all the requests, intentions of our hearts. And we know in this moment healing and wholeness for Janelle Wilson, who is in the hospital, Leslie Ellenson, who is in the hospital, my brother Reg, who fell and had a fracture, all the different needs and different things that are going on in our lives, Joyce Giardina, whom we haven't been able to see in quite a while. We just lift all of our loved ones. And we know that this service is blessed and anointed. The music, the spoken word is blessed and anointed. And we know that whether one is watching, love streaming, or here live, we know that we are in the presence and expressing the presence of love. We give thanks and we say together, and so it is. Amen.
Wouldn't you know it? The daily word of the day is love. I am divine love in expression. Will you join me together? I am divine love in expression. I am a creative spiritual being, and the substance with which I create is divine love. This includes the loving feelings I may experience as my day unfolds. These important elements are divine, but love exists deeper than feelings. It exists at the very core of my being. The Trappist monk and author Thomas Merton described love as an intensification of my life. My life today is deepened by strength, by the creative intensity I bring to every choice I make. It is only by allowing the substance of love to shape my day that I can intensify my life experience and be a blessing to others. I am divine love in expression, and my heart is open to every opportunity the day will bring to share love with each other. In Colossians chapter 13, verse 14, it reads, "Above all, clothe yourselves with love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony." And in this moment, I'd like to invite you, if you wish, to close your eyes with me in a short meditation. Holy Spirit, let love be present in each and every one of us as the moments come forth that guide us to say, how can I make love visible in this world today? With the presence of this Christ light that you give me to give to others. Show me love. Let me be love. As you honor the love light within yourself and the love that you've come to fill your cup up with at Unity, gently open your eyes. There is a room here filled with love. And know that it is you.
Beloved one who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our debts as we forgive each other, and so forgive ourselves. And lead us not in times of trial, but deliver us from fear. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Let all the people say amen. In every tribe and tongue, let every soul in song rejoice to see the kingdom come. Let every hope and every dream be born in us again. Let all the world sing with one voice, and the people say amen. Let all the people say amen. In every tribe and tongue, let every soul in song rejoice to see the kingdom come. Let every hope and every dream be born in us again. Let all the world sing with one voice, let the people say amen. Amen, amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen.
There's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made. Nothing you can say that can't be said. Nothing you can do that you can learn how to be in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. No one can be that wasn't where you meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All together now. All you need is love. Everybody. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. All you need is love. That's some true stuff.
Thank you. Nothing like having the Beatles in church, right? Thank you, Danettes and Dan and Van. Kevin on guitar. All right. So our topic today is all you need is love. And, you know, the truth of that is that is our true essence. Our true essence is that we are love. Because love is that true essence that is God. And that is what we are. I want to look at some scriptures here. Matthew chapter 1, verse 23. He said, "The young woman who has never had a man will give birth to a son. They will give him the name Emmanuel," or in Hebrew it's Emmanuel, which means God is with us. Now, that birth of Jesus was signifying that presence of God being right here. I had a teacher when I was going through Unity Ministerial Training, and his name is Robert Brummett. Excellent teacher, excellent person. Unity minister and teacher and Buddhist practitioner. And Robert Brummett, when he was going through the Unity Seminary, would hear these wonderful things about this principle of love, this infinite principle of love that is everywhere, fully comprehensible by each individual, but like kind of a impersonal sort of principle. And he came up to his teacher at Unity Seminary, and he said, "This is not good enough for me." And his teacher said, "What?" And Robert said, "I need a God I can kiss." Have you ever heard someone, maybe you haven't, but sometimes I've heard people say, "I need God with skin on." You know, just not some infinite principle, but something that is infinitely personal. And so the birth of Jesus was signifying that presence of God being right here with us. And Jesus coming in as this baby, okay, it says that he was placed in a manger. A manger is a feeding trough for cattle. And so he's placed in a feeding trough, coming to experience that full human experience, being one of us, and as one of us, fully experiencing and fully realizing that oneness and that presence with God, which we call the Christ self. In Sanskrit scriptures, it's called the Paramatma, that divine self that lives within us. Jesus fully realized that and said in John chapter 14, greater things shall you do that believe. So he was saying it's not just me, but it's you too. You are here to express the Christ. You are here to give birth to the Christ. It's not just Jesus. Jesus came to show us the way. That's why we call Jesus our way shower. He came to show us the way to fully realize that Christ consciousness and to share it with others and to live that way. Jesus wasn't afraid of what other people thought. At least based on the writings that we have, he didn't get up in the morning and say, oh, what will this group say if I do this? Oh, what will that person say if I do this? He was so grounded in the absolute, so grounded in that presence of God, the presence of truth, and he spoke and lived from that presence. And that's what gave his life such power. And he called us to do the same. So he came here and said, when you've seen me, you've seen the Father. He's so identified with that presence of God. I have numerous affiliations. One of them is in Sufism. I have a Sufi name. It's Amin. Amin means trustworthy or truly. It's related to the word Amen, which means so be it. So I trust it to be. So, in Sufism, there was a teacher who so identified himself with the presence of God that he told his Muslim brothers and sisters, if I open my cloak, all you will see is Allah. They stoned him to death for doing that. But he knew the truth, that there was no separation between he and God. He knew the truth that he had so understood and comprehended his oneness with God that there was no separation. I want to ask you, what is the nature of God? What is that nature? Now there's probably numerous things that come to your mind, like maybe all-powerful or all-knowing. But the Christian scriptures are pretty strong on talking about the nature of God. 1 John chapter 4, verses 7 and 8. Now, this is different from the Gospel of John. There's 4 Gospels that made it into what's called the canonized scriptures, the Christian scriptures as we have them, even though there were many, many Gospels that were written. And John is one of those, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. But towards the end of the Christian scriptures, there's 3 letters that are from John or from his group. And so 1 John chapter 4 says, dear friends, we must love each other because love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born from God and knows God. The person who doesn't love doesn't know God, because God is love. As I've shared before, when John was an older man, and he's the only one of the disciples that made it into old age, the others were martyred, were killed for their faith. They would bring John in front of the community, and he would get up there and he'd say, little children, love one another. And then he'd sit down. And every Sunday, they'd ask, oh, John, would you please share some good word with us? And he'd do the same thing every Sunday. Little children, love one another. And then he'd sit down. And they said, John, we love you, and we love your leadership, and we love your message. But don't you have more to share with us? Because you keep sharing the same thing every week, that we should love one another. His response was, when you begin to do that, then I'll tell you other things. That was the core of his message. And it comes through in the writings. So, God is love. And when we love, we are expressing God. In unity, we not only celebrate the birth of Jesus at Christmas time, but we celebrate giving birth to the Christ as our lives. Giving birth to this love that wants to live itself as us. And love is personal. I don't know any other way love can be. God, yes, is this infinite principle and completely personal and loving, right at the point of our consciousness. Each one of us can have this relationship with God that is unique and beautiful. God is right where you are. Wherever you are, God is. I want to share with you something else from another teacher, teacher Acharya Sri Prabhupada. So if we could dim the lights just a little bit, thank you. When you love God, you love everyone and everything. This is in his book, Beyond Illusion and Doubt. When you love God, you love everyone and everything. There can be some people or situations that show up in your life that you may wonder, how do I love this person? How do I love this situation? Now, it doesn't mean just laying back and taking it. You know, if you're experiencing abuse or something, no, that's not okay. But how do we love the person? How do we love who and what they really are? How do we do that in spite of how they may be acting? Now, this is what really calls us to operate on spiritual principle, to recognize that divine in that person, even when their behavior and their appearance seems to contradict being the presence of God. God has some amazing disguises. Amazing disguises. It could be the grumpy person that lives in your apartment building. It could be that person at the church that just rubs you wrong. It could be that family member that you will be with at Christmas and wonder, really? Can I be really related to this person? Are you sure? I remember my brother saying to me, where did you come from? You know? When we are able to see that presence of God in each one and truly love from our heart, then we are able to connect with that divine presence as each person. I believe that one of the reasons we are here on earth is to truly be able to see God in everything, to see God in every person, to see God in every situation, to be able to love doesn't mean just being nice all the time. We need to speak the truth in love, but it means being respectful. It means really wanting their highest and best. When I was a teenager, won't go into it all, but I had some friends who said, "You are better than this." That really hit me. I thought, wow. I thought these guys were my friend. Then I realized, oh, they are. They're calling me to the truth. They're speaking to that Christ presence within me and calling it forth. And somehow they could see it when I could not. And I was doing my best to try to not live up to it and not see it. But they could see it. And how could they? By love. Love gives us the vision to see the truth. Love gives us the vision to see who the person really is. Not to be afraid of them, not to be intimidated by them, not to believe in whatever demonstration or drama they may be performing, but to see the true essence of God there. In the Sanskrit scriptures, it's called the Paramatma, that presence of God that lives in us. In the first chapter of John, it says, every soul that was coming into the world came in with this light. We were all born with this light. We didn't have to earn it. We don't have to beg for it. It's already there. And not just at Christmas, but every day, we are here to give birth to that. We are here to give birth to that light, to give birth to that Christ presence. We not only celebrate the birth of Jesus, we are here to celebrate the birth of our true higher self, that divine self. We are here to give birth to that presence of God and touch this world. We're not here to be spectators. Just entertain me, distract me. No, we are here to be the light of the world, and that's what Jesus saw in us. In Matthew chapter 5, Jesus said, and I bet it hit them just the way it hit me, you are the light of the world. You are born to express this light. You are born to express greatness. You are born to express love. This is the third Sunday in Advent. And the third Sunday of Advent, we look at that power of love. Because that is truly the power of the Christ. That is truly our divine nature. You are love. You are love. You are ever existing. You are bliss. That is your true nature. It's time for us to express that and live that. And how do you do it when people are challenging? Yeah, I know, that's hard. I have a friend who hopefully will be able to visit in January. And he and I in Wichita would lift weights. And he's like this big, muscular guy. And he remembers the first time he took me weightlifting and my arms were shaking as I was pushing it up. But he was proud of me for, going at it. And then there was advancement and increase in my strength. Do not think that the spiritual life is just coasting. It requires exercise. And fortunately, there's lots of people in our lives that want to exercise our capability of love even when it doesn't look like it fits. They're the heavyweights in our weight room. Right? That's how we really build our spiritual muscle. That's what Jesus has called us to do and called us to be, is to give birth to the Christ.
Check. Oh, there we go. All right.
Check.
1, 2, 3, 4.
here to love in every situation. We're here to love every thought that comes in. We're here to love all of creation. We're here to bring love to the world we live in. You see, sometimes we think or feel things that we'd rather do without. We may quickly try to make them go away, but we can give them our attention and love them like a little child, and watch the wounds heal and fade into peace. When we feel like rejecting the people around us for all of the things they do or say, but we can give them the same attention, love and compassion, and that love will grow in the midst of our release. We're here to love in every situation. We're here to love every thought that comes in. We're here to love all of creation. We're here to bring love to the world we live in. We want a world of peace, and love is the means. It's where we come from every moment of the day. We're here to love in every situation. We're here to love every thought that comes in. We're here to love all of creation. We're here to bring love to the world we live in. Sing with me. We're here to love. We're here to love. We're here to love. We're here to bring love to the world we live in. All right, Dennis.
All right, thank you.
Mahalo.
That was one of your songs, yeah? We've been hearing some of Dan's songs, and appreciate that. So when we give from a place of love. When we serve here, we are serving from love, not from a place of ego, not from a place of power, not from a place of trying to lord it over others. We serve, we give, we participate from a place of love. That is what we are here to do. And so as we take our offerings, our tithes in our hands, if you wish, place it over your heart. And repeat after me. I bless this offering. In the consciousness of love. I give thanks. And so it is. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4. We speak the language of abundance, prosperity in every way. Health, wealth, and love are upon us. We let them in every day. We speak the language of abundance, prosperity in every way. Health, wealth, and love are upon us. We let them in every day. see an opportunity. Times are tough, they invite my creativity. I speak the words and let abundance in, and all my good comes to me. Spirit supplies an infinite flow. I block it with words, but I let them go. I speak my word of prosperity, so abundance is here, that's what I know. We speak the language of abundance, prosperity in every way. Health, wealth, and love are upon us. We let them in every day. We speak the language of abundance, prosperity in every way. Health, wealth, and love are upon us. We let them in every day. We speak the language of abundance. We speak the language of abundance. We speak the language of abundance. We speak the language of abundance.
Hello.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let's give another hand to Danny and the band and the Danettes. Danny and the Danettes. All right. As we extend our hands to this offering, we bless this offering in the consciousness that it represents infinite substance of which there is never, ever any lack or limitation, because we are expressing the divine good coming forth as our lives and going forth from here to be the light of the world. We give thanks and we say together, and so it is. Amen. Amen. All right. Thank you. And it's good to have all of you here. Have wonderful people here from Alaska and from various places. We are so grateful that you came and joined us. Remember, you have a breakfast waiting for you down here. And please be sure and give each other some hugs and high fives, or if you're a germaphobe, just give an elbow bump or something. I don't know. I want to respect all the different stripes and varieties here, okay? So, prayer chaplains. Yes, prayer chaplains. I know, I'm just popping with energy.
That's right.
Yes. So our prayer chaplains are here, and they will hold the high watch with you. If you wish to come up at the end of the service, something you're thankful for or some prayer request, they will know the truth with you, and you can have a 1-minute miracle. So we're very grateful for our prayer chaplains. Thank you. All right, it's so good to have you all here. And remember, next Sunday is the Sunday before Christmas. What? I know, I can't quite wrap my brain around it, because I'm used to snow, ice, stuff like that, and nope. So, next Sunday is the Sunday before Christmas, and then Monday night is our Christmas Eve service at 6 o'clock. So we'd love to have you join us for that. All right, let's all stand, join hands. Oh, and Faith Rivera will be singing in the Christmas Eve service. Yeah. Okay, so let's join. Oh, Town Hall? Yep, right after this, 1 o'clock.
Yep.
All right, so good to have you all here. Peace song and aloha oi.
1, 2, 3.